Yeah, okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. How are you today?
I'm pretty good actually. Like my morning started off like amazing. So
Oh, okay, that's good. I've just finished writing my book, so I'm really tired.
yeah,
I just finished writing my book, so I'm a bit tired.
what's your book about?
It's a murder mystery.
Ah, that's dope. Okay,
Yeah, it's for
you
another
gotta let me know.
assignment.
I'd like to check that out.
Could you what?
I said I would like to check that out once you like sell it.
Yeah, that would be so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I like murder mysteries. I used to read what's that dude named Jack Reacher?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love those books.
Yeah. It's way better than the movie. I was so mad when they had Tom Cruise in there. I'm like, no, Jack Reacher is 6'3", or I mean 6'5", 6'6". He was like a big dude. Like, why
Yeah,
they got
he
this?
is. They really. Oh, the book is always better than the movies. Trust me.
Yeah, I started to learn that now, and like I had to get to reading like in college, but actually reading like books and everything. Like now, I just got into that heavy, and they are way better than the movies. Way, it's
Yes,
more
a
detailed.
100%. So much more detail, all the
Yeah,
time.
man.
So, um, for this interview, I'm gonna be recording. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, great. Because afterwards, when it comes to me writing, I don't want to have to struggle to remember everything.
No,
But yeah, but my name's Savannah, and I'm really surprised that you replied to me actually because I messaged you through the wrong Instagram account. So I'm
seen
so
that
shocked you
say, hey,
replied.
I'm a student, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Oh, you're a student. Oh, okay, that's why.
No, I seen that you had said that, and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. I'm studying at De Montfort University. I'm studying journalism, and we're creating our own magazine. But
Oh,
we've chose the theme of entertainment. So we've kind of been contacting everyone in the entertainment industry. I've mainly focused on influencers recently, but the rest of my crewmates have been focused on actors and musicians. But I don't know.
that's
I didn't
dope.
really take an interest in that. Yeah. But I am 20
That's
years
cool.
old, and hopefully this would be published and sorted out by April, April 28th, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So when it is published, I'll be more than happy to send you a copy.
Oh, I appreciate that too.
Yeah. Thank you for doing this. Honestly, thank
Oh
you.
yeah, no problem.
So when you were on like the show, what was the first thing that you noticed?
When I was on the show, the first thing I noticed, I say when I first entered the pod with everybody, was that it smelled like rotten eggs and like man musk.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was like the worst. It was so like it was so bright in there, and like it was just like blinding, and the smell was the first thing like that hit me, and it was just like the worst smell I ever smelled in my life.
Oh
I'll
my
probably never
gosh.
forget that smell. Hope I never smell that again.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to imagine that. How old were you at the time?
I was, uh, I had just graduated undergrad. I was in finishing my first year of my master program. So I think I was 24,
Oh wow, you were young.
25. Yeah, I was like 24, 25.
What did your parents think? What did your family and friends think? That you're going into prison for 2 months? What the hell?
Oh, my mama was tripping. She was like, hold on, it's a real, like, jail? I was like, yeah, ma. I was like, she was like, no, that's crazy. You shouldn't do that. You get what I'm saying? I was like, well, A&E helped me out with my research for my master thesis. So,
Yeah.
you know, I was like, I didn't really think that, like, they could actually put you inside a jail.
Mhm.
Which I was like, okay, they probably gonna put like some actors and have people come around, or we might just go into a county jail, chill for like a couple hours or something like that. I'm like, they can't actually put you in jail. Like, that's not a thing. And it actually was a thing. I was like, oh, dang. Then my daddy was telling me I was crazy. Like, don't know black people volunteer to go to jail.
Exactly.
So I was like, well, I worked as a freelance criminologist, and so that's what I was studying to be as a criminologist. So it was, a lot of my professors who books I done read, like, did field research where they were, like, one of my professors, Kitty Calavito, she was living in like a Crip neighborhood in Crenshaw or something like that. Like this little white lady, and like was making friends with the locals, and she found herself in her book. She talked about how like she was like one of the Crips was over there, and like her place got shot up. And I was like,
oh my gosh,
like what was you doing in the hood?
Oh my gosh.
So it was. After talking to some of my professors, it was like, well, this would be a good insight. And I was able to get like a lot of good information because I'm actually going to put a book out from like my notes that I did every single day. I took notes while I was in there, and like 60 days in, I only talk about probably like, 5% of everything that actually happened in there. So just talk about my thoughts in it.
Yeah, that's what I realized. I feel like they would cut out a lot of your like speeches and stuff in it because they got cut down, right? They don't want the show to be too long. So I was really interesting to hear if there was anything more that happened. When you first heard about it, how did they contact you?
When I first got, it was actually through, I think it was like it was a Craigslist ad that I seen in the.
Seriously?
And it was like, yeah, I believe it was a Craigslist ad, and they was like, "Are you opinionated in the criminal justice system? Do you have a lot to say? Like, are you studying criminal justice?" And like, then they had something like compensation or something on there. I was like, oh shoot, I'm studying criminal justice right now. So I was like, okay, shoot, I should send it in. So I sent them in, just talking about my opinion and my look on like, the criminal justice system. And then that's when like the producers reached out to me. And because I was telling them inside the thing about like I was working on my master thesis trying to get research and everything. So they reached out to me and was like, yo, we can help you with that. So
I never would have done it. I would have thought it was fake.
At first I thought it was like some scam. So I'm like, okay, but I didn't like did projects off Craigslist before. Like, and when I was in undergrad, I used to use Craigslist a lot because you could find like good one-day paying jobs, or like I found canvassing jobs on there for like construction companies and everything. So Craigslist is like a hit or miss.
I always hear terrible stuff about Craigslist. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You gotta pay attention. Some stuff is just too good to be true.
Yeah.
People be trying to like, it'd be like, oh, you can make 4,000 in one day. Like, no, nah. Like,
yeah, right.
Like,
so, what annoyed you the most whilst you were there?
What annoyed me the most was, I say that it was no locked doors in there.
There wasn't?
It was no locked door. Like the doors wasn't locked on the cells or anything, so people was moving around at all times of night, and then that's creepy because we was overcrowded. It was 60 of us in a 40-person pod, so the 20 people who was overcrowded had to sleep in the day room. And so, like, people just running around rooms. Everybody, like, some people laying on the floor in little boats. Some people on the little metal beds that they gave us with a little thin cot.
Yeah,
it was like
a tiny little
annoying.
thing.
Like, I was like, dude, why? And then, like, the dope fiends in there, they never went to sleep. So all the drug addicts up all night talking and running around, going under people's beds, doing weird stuff.
Were you in the same pod when that guy was getting a bit bullied there?
Hold on, which one? You talking about the one with the glasses?
Yeah, the one with the glasses.
No, I wasn't in there. Ryan was actually in there. But, yeah, no, I didn't. see all that. I wouldn't. Yeah, that was weird.
What would you have done if you saw that?
I mind my own business. I got to eat it. See, that's one thing. I never got in people like I didn't want to get in people ways or nothing like that. Like if it was a problem, then I addressed it. But I wasn't getting in nobody's business. I didn't care to look at nobody fight. I didn't care to look at nobody.
Keep yourself to yourself.
You get what I'm saying?
I know. I would have done the
nobody,
same.
Like I seen you watching. Like no, man, you didn't see me.
Did you think you'd get as far as you did?
I knew I'd get far. Like I was kind of nervous about being in an all-white jail because majority was like like the biggest gangs in there were the Aryans and the Gaylords, and they both white supremacist gangs and like Nazi-based stuff. But they ran like that whole jail, and so it just made me. I didn't think I was gonna last so long in a white jail, but I was hoping that I got to be in there with black people because I knew it'd be a lot easier in there if I'm with people of my color. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was real hard just being in there with a bunch of white people. So
I just feel like within the black community, we always lean on each other. That's why it annoys me when there's black on black crime.
Yeah, and what it is they show like the minute of it, like they always blast into like the small. But I will say Detroit has been going crazy with shootings, but that's because they flooded us with the EDD and that unemployment, and so now like people ain't got that money no more and everything. So people hungry out here because they didn't like got accustomed to a whole year of like getting this extra money.
How's the COVID situation?
They opening up a lot of stuff. Actually, the governor opened up bars to like 4 a.m. now. Like people going out. Everybody's still wearing their masks and whatnot, but realistically, people just kind of going about life now.
It's terrible here. We're still in lockdown.
Oh yeah, that's why a couple friends I know from out there was telling me like, yeah, you can't get flights nowhere.
Yeah,
I'm like, dang.
I can't even go to the shop to buy clothes. Honestly, sad. All my lessons are online.
Dang, that's crazy. Do y'all wear do people wear neck gaiters out there or just regular masks?
I guess it depends what you prefer, but at work they're making us wear masks. But some people do.
Okay, cool. Because I was trying to see, because I be wanting. Because, like, I collect neck gaiters. I've been wearing them before the pandemic, so I'll be looking in, like, different places for them. I was wondering if it was, like, big out there.
Nah, it's not really big. People are mainly wearing the disposable ones, the blue ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they mainly wear. But sometimes someone just throws, like, a scarf around them. And call it a day.
Hey. I ain't even mad at it. I see a lot of people out here, especially because, we got snow and everything.
Oh, is it? Oh, we had snow for a little bit, and then it kind of just went.
Yeah, but our snow going away. We actually about to get 60 degrees.
Is it? Oh, we barely get snow. Honestly, we'll be lucky if we do. It would be so sad here. It's so sad.
I want to come out there so bad. I can't wait till y'all open up. Like, I've been trying to.
Why would you want to come here? It's terrible.
I just want to go smoke a joint on the Eiffel Tower and chill. Like, let's say I want to go get some bagels, eat a little, drink me a little, cafe, a little cappuccino or something like that at a little town. Maybe read me a little book outside by the Eiffel Tower, and then that's it. Like, I don't want to be out there forever. Just like, maybe 4 or 5 days, maybe even 2 days, because I might travel around there.
Okay, well, make sure you bring an umbrella.
It's always dang.
All it does is rain. So, what was your life like afterwards?
You want to know, sir? It took me about, I say, 3 to 4 months to mentally actually come back from everything, because you in this place for 7 days a week, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, 24 hours. That's a long time when you're not doing anything. 24 hours is a long. I realized how much time in a day being in there not having anything to do, where you just make, like, it was no working out or no anything, like no gym time, or it was nothing for us. Like, we didn't have no workout time. We stayed in there all day. So, like, I had a tough time kind of getting back accustomed, because I still had to finish my master program, and we had in-person classes and some of the stuff we can do online, but it was hard for me, like, working in a group setting with people coming back, because we were so, like, you being so aggressive every single day, like, with guys, and there was no, like, women there to kind of soften up everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just guys on, like, egos all day, chest poked out, ready to fight at the drop of the dime. So, I kind of took that on the outside with me, and just, it took me a second, and a lot of isolation, and just, some meditating to get back in, the groove.
That sounds awful. I didn't really think about the fact that you couldn't do anything all day. I don't even know what I'd do.
Yeah, that's, like, think about it, you not doing, and then you can't just jump on the phone all day. You get what I'm saying? So, you ain't got money for that, and they only feed you 3 meals a day, but altogether it's 1,500 calories. A regular man need about 2,500 calories
Is
to survive.
it?
Yeah, so a lot of people, like, they figured out ways where, they might eat a little bit for breakfast, save a little bit for that for lunch, and eat that with lunch, and then save a bit of lunch for later, and then eat that with dinner.
Oh, I didn't realize they had to distribute out like that.
Yeah, people, like, you find out a way, because eventually your stomach get accustomed to it, but, if you just on the outside coming in, like, I feel like that place really just turned me being a college student into, like, I was doing some, some thuggish stuff in there. It was getting...
You really blended in nicely.
Yeah, it was good. Cause, man, I felt like, I'm like, dog, y'all not about to play me in here. That's dead. So, I kept finding myself having to stand up for myself. And it was just, constantly doing that, it do affect you mentally. Just having, because you just feel like, now I need to confront everybody. Like, you over here, I'm confronting classmates. Like, I feel like you saying something slick. What you mean? And it's like, they probably wasn't really even saying anything. So,
when you were gonna go in, I believe you mentioned something like you used to live a certain type of life beforehand, so this could have been where you ended up. Was that kind of like a wake-up call for you at all?
it definitely was, but I already had my wake-up call, a long time ago when I was 18, after, like, living on the east side of Detroit. So, it's a different living style over there. And, like, you had a lot of influence that push you towards, doing a lot of negative things in the community. So I had realized that a long time ago. But then going through this, it solidified it even more. It's like, damn, I'm glad, I kept moving on that, because it could have easily been, how when you kid, you doing mischievous, stuff, running around. Like, they took we used to have a Boys and Girls Club. They took the Boys and Girls Club. Then they took the basketball rims at the elementary, middle school that was down the street, so nobody could come play there in the summer. So, you take all the activities away. You kind of find yourself, doing bad stuff. That's fun for kids.
I think that's literally the issue that we have here. They've taken away all the youth clubs, so crime amongst the youth is really, really bad.
Yeah, think about it. You take away. You used to have foosball. You used to be able to go there, have activities, and play around, get you a good lunch in, and then you go home. You tired. You trying to, run out and do no wild, crazy stuff. You might still do it here and there, but you know it ain't gonna be as frequent.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be distracted.
Exactly.
Was there any cellmates that you took a liking to?
Yeah, it was my one homeboy. I can't remember his name no more, man. Like I ain't watched the show in forever, but it was my dark skinned homeboy. He used to
Be a cop? The one that used to be a cop?
no, he was he was in the military and whatnot. They didn't really show too many shots of me and him together, which was weird because like I spent a lot of time talking with him, and like we had like a real like great friendship. And he was my dog. Like we really actually talked about real life stuff. Like I never actually lied in there, other than having the charge, which they actually gave us a charge. So but the situation, but everything else was like organic. Like you can't fake your life. You get what I'm saying? That's why I like the dude with the glasses, Brian, got picked on. You get what I'm saying? You can't fake it. You kind of you got to come in as you are, and like they gonna eat that up.
You see, when you first went in as well, you were trying your best not to smile. Why was it like that?
Man, I'm a smiling person. My grandma always told me when I was a kid, you got to smile to keep from crying. So, I always found myself in any situation smiling. Like, if you see me when I asked Shekels and them, Yaya for the remote, I would slide my way over to go watch some TV. And whatnot. Like I couldn't stop myself from smiling. Like I always had a smile. You get what I'm saying? But nobody took it for like me being no punk though. You get what I'm saying? Because it's the way that you carry yourself also too. Like I'm gonna smile either way it go. I'm always gonna be in a good mood. Like even in jail, like everybody used to ask me like, bro, why you always smiling? Like man, shit. It's life, fam. Like we still alive.
Yeah, you seem like such a chill dude. Like I'm just looking at you, just like this guy seems so chilled. Why is it that he was the one out of everyone else that fitted in so nicely with the cellmates? I don't understand how that worked.
Because it's the versatility, like and I'm a reference again, being from the east side of Detroit. Like if anybody come to Detroit, nobody will go to the east side. That's like it's a lot more, crime over there, a lot more trouble over there. So, like, being in that environment, you dealing with most of the people, family are getting out of prison from, murdering people or all things of that nature. So you're dealing with, a lot. It's a more hardcore lifestyle over there. So you dealing with a pops who might be a drug dealer or something like that, or a mom might be a drug dealer, and the kid probably helping out, in some form. So them the type of families you had over there. So it was always fights all the time. Like we always was fighting. Our family was big, so we was always going down, getting into it with the people in the next block, and it was always some crazy stuff. I got a film that I wrote, and we're gonna be putting it together. Probably look like either shooting the end of this year or beginning next year. I'm gonna be directing, and it basically talk about the summertime and like on the east side of Detroit. So it's going to follow this kid from his transition from 8th grade to 9th grade in that summer, which is pivotal for a lot of young people, where you growing up and you going from 8th grade where you be in the top of the food chain all the way back to the bottom in high school with these grown kids. And, guys start looking at girls more, girls start looking at guys more during that, period transition. So the movie kind of just tell the east side Detroit story, like coming of age story, which a lot of people I feel like would be able to relate to.
Is this the one you were saying you're doing filming for?
Well, this one that's gonna be done next year, probably end of this year or next year. But I'm actually working on like another film. I'm AD and executive producing called Melanated. Which we gonna start production in like a month. Yeah, I did my first film called Dimes. We just finished production like a couple weeks ago. That's my first time AD and then executive producing. So it's been pretty cool. Like I enjoy. Like I got an amazing team and a lot of support people, and I write my own scripts. So I'm about to get into my directing, more. Because once I get this film of mine funded and everything, like I feel like I'll be able to start getting more money to fund some of the other movies I wrote.
Oh my gosh! Well, let me know about it. I want to watch it.
Oh yeah, I got you. I definitely will. Shoot.
Yeah,
I got
100%.
you. Cause I'm gonna be posting it everywhere. So
Yeah, I want to see it.
it's gonna be dope. It's pretty funny. Like it's a good dramedy. So like the first one, Dimes, that we dropping. So it's pretty cool. Like I enjoy doing film. So I like being able to work in the criminal justice field and also being able to do like my hobbies. But I don't even feel like it's hobbies. I feel like everything is kind of like a hobby that I do. Even like my work, I do research for University of Michigan, and it don't feel like work. It's just like a hobby I do. I feel like everything I do is a hobby, and
that's basically a description of your dream job.
Basically, like, because literally, like right now, I'm going through the process of getting my first house, which has taken me a whole year because of COVID, and you gotta be working, and our research project got shut down. So now, like, our research project back open, we own till December, which is amazing. So like I'm just happy, and now April 15th is my day I signed my mortgage, and I'm buying this big old building and whatnot on the west side of Detroit off West Grand Boulevard. It's a developing neighborhood that I say in about 10, 15 years it's gonna be dope. But I'm buying this big old building and turning it into a loft to live in.
Ooh, I like lofts. I was thinking about living in a loft. I think they look nice.
Might as well. Might as well. Like and the property's so cheap in Detroit. It's a 3,600 square footage, and each floor is 1,800 square footage, and it's like a just long room. And I'm just I want to make a farm because there's a lot of land in the back, so I want to give me some chickens and have out there. I don't want to get no big animals though. Like I might get a micro pig or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like a little mini horse. I don't want no big horse, just a little mini horse because it's easier and cheaper to take care of.
What about a goat? I've seen loads of people buying goats lately.
No, I don't drink goat milk or anything. I don't want I don't want them real stinking animals. Like I feel like chickens would be decent. You get what I'm saying? But I don't want nothing like that. A died and it just look like a murder scene in the backyard. Like no cow, like the died in the back, and I get rid of it. Like or a pig. Pigs heavy as hell. But I do want a micro pig, like to have as a little indoor pet.
Yeah, but then they get bigger.
No, they got some that don't get bigger. The micro pigs don't. They stay they stay probably get the size of like a little Yorkie, a little fat Yorkie.
Okay. I'm still not getting a pig though.
I feel it.
What did you learn from the experience?
I learned that our criminal justice system is fucked. Like it's definitely some common sense pieces, but the method it's supposed to be the correction system. And what kept confusing me was that it wasn't correcting anything. Like these weak programs that they had in there, and like the way that they treated everybody, like they treat you as if you're a criminal, and people embody that. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you ever go to, like, certain black neighborhoods, you hear people like, I just did 6 years, and blah, blah. And, like, you looked at it as an OG in the hood and everything. And it's like, the person been in there, like, not learning anything for real, because they usually come out and re-offend. It's like a revolving door. That's what they call it, a revolving door. Like, once the hook in you, you always find yourself going through there. Like, it don't correct anything. And it's like how y'all, like I seen over in Switzerland, they jails are like halfway houses where, you know, you make your own food, you learn the life skills in there. Like we should be in there correcting the behavior, not treat like people like animals and have them locked up in cages and everything. I get it, like people do fucked up things, but you know, you got, if you want to say y'all rehabilitating people, let's actually rehabilitate. Y'all turn, you know, a college student into, you know, doing thug things in there. I'm in there like, you know, bullying people, doing all type of, you know, crazy stuff, trying to challenge people. Like, it shouldn't be like that. So I was just learning that, you know, everything was backwards and we got to do more, but it's only so much a person can do. And my goal has been just starting with my family. If I can help my family to grow and whatnot, they can start spreading the same energy and everything. And I've been seeing like a big shift in my family since, you know, been putting positive energy towards and like talking with them and us like, you know, having more conversations with each other, telling each other, you know, the men, we hugging each other more. And it just started, you know, with, you know, just little stuff. And I feel like, you know, everybody try to say the world and change it, and we really don't get to changing anything, where it just, you know, we start with little stuff, getting our, you know, little cousins, looking after them and talking to them, making sure, you know, they need help or figuring out how to do, you know, this life stuff. We passing on them that information. So, you know, they don't get into crime and doing all this and get stuck into that revolving door. Do a lot of preventative stuff. We try to, like, you know, jump out here and make, like, you know, change the whole world. And it's like, you know, some people can, you know, make that influence, but, you know, why don't we change our families first? Work on loving each other more and, like, looking out for each other more. You see people so influential for everybody else, but their whole home life is terrible. It's like, what's the purpose of that? You know, if you gotta suffer.
It's true. It's an endless cycle, and I do see it. It just feels like there's nothing you can do.
It's really nothing you can.
Especially
work on yourself.
Exactly. Especially here, it's terrible. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I did go and speak to an MP at one point in the House of Parliament about the dangers within our communities, because it's really getting bad. And he essentially didn't do anything. He sat there, he listened to us, but he told us about a story about a young lady who she was brought to this country illegally, and then she grew up and she wanted a passport, and because she wasn't registered here, they had to deport her, and she grew up here from a baby, so she's had to be deported to a country she doesn't even know. And I just think it's wild that they have that scenario. Yeah, I know, and they can't do anything about it.
Like, I was about to say, what can you do?
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. That's madness. Whilst you were there,
that's sad. Yeah, like she won't like really know anybody when she get there.
No, she won't know anyone when she's there. I don't even want to think about that. That's like me getting sent back to Jamaica. I have family there, but I don't know them that well. The family I know is
here. You just be coming into some fresh shit, like.
Yeah.
Man.
It's madness. It's madness. I'd never want to be in that position. I feel for her. I pray for her. But when you were there, was there ever a point where you didn't want to continue, or the most difficult point, and what motivated you? I feel like you're gonna say when there was the flooding. I feel like that's what you're gonna say.
I literally was just about to say it was the flood. The flooding was the worst part ever. When I tell you, like, I was done, but they couldn't get me out. It was like, they couldn't get me out. They was like, we can't get you out till Monday. And I was like, so we got to spend the whole weekend in this booth. Like, it was the worst thing ever. Like, nobody was letting anybody use their toilet to boo-boo. It was like, man, when I tell you, people was boo-booing in towels, putting them in corners. It was It was the worst thing. I was like, get me out of here. I was about to explode. I was ready to get up out of there. I was like, man, it was the worst thing ever. We didn't have water for like 48 hours. I got into it. I started standing on tables. I was like, man, they was like, you trying to incite a riot. And I'm like, I don't care. Because I got everybody to start like messaging their family, sending email. I'm typing people like messages to send out. I'm having everybody on the phone. I'm like, we gotta call our people.
I can only imagine, but were you doing the same? Were you doing? Where was everyone peeing? They were peeing in bottles.
People was peeing in bottles.
Oh my god!
People was saving. Man, people was dog. It was the wildest. People was peeing in the garbage cans, because people wasn't letting nobody. Like I told you, it was overcrowded. So the people who didn't have rooms couldn't go pee in the people who had rooms. Like they was shutting it down. Like you couldn't go in there at all.
They couldn't even give them a bucket. Like,
man, them people didn't care about us. Man, they treated us so like savage. And that's why I started sticking my middle finger up at people getting into it with the guards. I was like, I couldn't take it no more. I was so, it was like the worst thing ever. Like, I was like, but then everything got back to normal by Monday coming. I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't survive, didn't I? Like, y'all left me here for a whole weekend. I might as well stay.
You know, there was that. Yeah?
It was terrible.
Yeah, I can imagine. But you know, there was that one guard that I saw that walked in. She kind of annoyed me. And she had a gun in her hand and she was like, I'll blow this whole place up. What did you think about that?
That lady, she got in trouble. I think she got fired because that was, they didn't show this part, but I had made a makeshift pillow. And so you can't have pillows inside the jail. So she came in, I'm asleep. She snatched the pillow. I slapped my head on the metal. So I jump up because I thought it was an inmate, jumping on me or something. So I jump up and square up. So she started going crazy and put us all on lockdown, made the whole pie hate me. Everybody, man, it was like the worst thing ever.
Oh my gosh, that must have been so embarrassing.
I did not like that lady. And she came in there, she started yelling at us, acting like she was going to shoot us. And like she ended up getting in trouble by that because they ended up running in there and pulling her out. It was like, why you in here? Like she came in there like just talking crazy.
I did not like her. And now this is even more of a reason for me not to like her. Like when I looked at her, she just looked like the type of person to just like, I feel like because she feels superior in that situation and she was just taking advantage of her, what's the word I'm looking for? She was taking advantage of the situation.
She was like you could tell, but like you hear through the grapevine, it was just a lot of stuff going on. A lot of them female guards be like messing with them inmates and be having all the people be from like that small town. It's a small town out there, so. Everybody knew each other from high school and all type of, weird stuff going on.
They said there was living stuff in the sewage. What was it? Was it leeches?
Yeah, it was like little parasites that was in there. It was like just swimming around in the like water that was flooding our pie. It was like the most disgusting thing ever. I want to throw up like that. It's when I tell you, like, it already stunk in there. It was so, like, even worse.
I could only imagine. I can literally only imagine.
It was the worst smell ever. Like, guys, we already stink. So, like, put all the guys together and then they don't really care. It was just so bad.
You went to use the toilet and you didn't flush it, right? What did happen after that? Like, they never really showed any aftermath. They just left it?
So the whole situation about that was, so I end up, these new guys moved into the pod. It was like 4 of them. So it was 2 guys who had this bathroom I used to go use. And so these 4 guys came in there and kicked the 2 guys out of their pod and like, made the day room. So I had went down there. I didn't know, like, the dudes that got kicked out. You get what I'm saying? So I walked down there to go use the bathroom. They like, hey, yo, you can't use this bathroom no more. And so I was like, what? They was like, you can't use this. Like, dude had jumped off the top bed. So I pushed them to the side and opened the curtain and shut it. And so I sat right there and boo-boo, right? Like, you know, like they right there, like the bathroom literally was right there. So like I'm looking at them while I'm boo-boo. So we all make eye contact looking at each other. And I'm like going. And so I get up, I wipe, and then I wash my hands. And I don't flush because I'm like, man, fuck y'all. Like telling me, I was walking out like telling me I can't shit. So my boy was in there. I don't know if you remember the dude who stumped out. He had the long hair. He had a switchblade tattooed on his face. Mm-hmm. He was young. He stumped the dude jaw out while we was in the pod. I don't know if you seen that big fight that was happening when the race riot. Mm-hmm. And they was stumping people. But this little dude, that was my dog. He was sitting in there, so he laughing because he knew the dudes who came in. So he laughing like he going off, like just laughing at the top of his thing. So I go down there. I start talking to my homeboy. This big black dude had got in like 3 fights in there. He had knocked a couple people out. So like we became friends. And like we all chilling, talking to him and this other dude. And so like my boy with the switchblade on his face run down like, yo man, they plotting on stabbing you. So my dog, he get mad. He like, what? So he run up to his bed, go get his shoes. So I put my shoes on. And so we run down there and like we confronted him. And they showed like us confronting them, but like we had ran up in their room at first. You get what I'm saying? It was like we all we talking about stabbing, son. So I ran up. I was about to punch dude in the face, and like they all like, no, and like we like, what's going on? Like, you know. And then so they like, nothing, man. Ain't nobody doing that. So I told them like, you know, if y'all come past this part of the dining table, like we firing on y'all. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't walk over here. There's no reason for y'all to walk this way. So we made them walk around. It was like, yeah, they couldn't show a lot of stuff that we was doing.
Yeah, I can imagine that they didn't show a lot. That's why I wanted to hear all of these like moments.
Yeah, that's what I've talked about a lot of them in the book because like every night I wrote about, you know, my day.
Oh, is it? Where is that? Can you purchase it?
Oh no, I'm gonna drop it on June 30th on my birthday.
Oh,
I'm actually getting the cover art done right now. Found this artist, one of my frat brothers. He doing my cover art for me, and so it's gonna be it's basically just all the little stuff that happened in there that, you know, they never showed and everything. Just talk about like, you know, a lot of stuff.
I can imagine that this had a huge impact on you. I could see it.
Yeah, it definitely did. But it was like it was a good experience. I'd never do it again. That's why I didn't do no other work with them. I was just
I wouldn't do it. You know,
I'm good.
You know when you were in the shower, how comes you weren't, to use the toilet, how comes you weren't scared? Because showers where all the fights happen. So how were you brave enough to do that?
So I didn't take a shower for 2 days, and they gave me a dirty jumpsuit, so my body started breaking out and was itching bad, and it just got to. I was sitting there for like 2 days. I kept asking everybody like, yo, can I use your shower? Yo, can everybody like, nah, hell no. And then some dudes was talking about paying them, and I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna pay y'all with? I ain't got no money in here. You get what I'm saying? Y'all not getting my tray, I'm gonna eat. You get what I'm saying? Y'all dumb. Y'all stupid. Y'all think I'm not going to eat. So then it was just like I got fed up, man. My skin was itching too bad. And I couldn't take it. So I was like, fuck it. So these dudes was all asleep. And they had the biggest shower. So I walked in their room, cut that joint on. And they just started yelling, man. And like, I ended up jumping out the shower, butt ass naked on their ass. I was like, man, I'll knock every last one of y'all motherfuckers out. Like, y'all got me fucked up. Yeah, like they got scared. Like I seen in their eyes that they were scared because damn, we didn't know that was you, D. Man, you good, bro?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw.
Man, they cut out a lot of shit I was saying.
Yes.
They kept it PG because I was in there talking spicy. I was like, y'all motherfuckers got me fucked up. I'm tired of y'all. Like, I'm dripping water on the floor. I'm literally butt ass naked, just jumped out because like I was watching, man. Like it was like I ain't gonna lie, it was a fight or flight moment. I said that on there, like back against the wall, I was terrified. Like I ain't gonna tell you I was no G. I was scared. Like walking in there, I was nervous. Like once I started walking past, but like I couldn't take it. Like picture 2 days and not washing up your skin. Like they give you a dirty jumpsuit that somebody else done just wore, and so like I wanted to. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I had to like do something. So like I just said, fuck it, man. I was scared as hell. But when they started waking up saying shit, like my side just kicked in, my fight or flight kicked in. You get what I'm saying? I was like, man, I ain't about to, because I started hearing them waking up. I'm hearing them putting their shoes on. They talking about, we about to come back there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's over. Like, let's get it. You get what I'm saying? I was like, now I can talk about having a jail shower fight.
You'd be the first one. I don't think anyone... Did anyone have a shower? No, I don't think anyone had a shower fight.
Yeah, nobody had a shower fight. So, like, but the dudes was, as soon as I jumped out, they got scared. Like, I looked and they, like, we all locked eyes. Like, I locked eyes with all 4 of them. Like, it was like, look, man, whoever run up first about to get it. Like,
oh my gosh. You were brave enough against 4 guys. That's actually crazy. Hello? I think the audio cut out. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, 1 second. I'm probably gonna have to leave and rejoin. Hello? I can't hear you. Why is that? Why can't I hear you? I think he's gonna try and leave and rejoin. He's not muted. I can see his mic moving. Yeah, I can hear you now.
there we go.
I was so confused.
Yeah, I logged out and logged back in. I was like, maybe it's like times or something.
Yeah, I don't know. That's wild. But what were you saying?
I forgot. I just know it was me jumping out of the shower with like my hands swinging.
Yeah, you were brave against 4 guys.
Yeah, but I would not recommend that to anybody because it was definitely it definitely could have went south.
I wouldn't be brave enough to do that. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking about it. No. So,
yeah.
Was there ever a point where it was, okay, I know it's a bit difficult in there. I know it's horrible. But was there ever a good moment in there that happened?
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of good moments, actually. Like, most of the people were cool. You get what I'm saying? Like, got to watch TV. Like, it was a lot of, like, I played Bones. We had little tournaments in there.
Oh.
Like, I definitely enjoyed, like, I ain't gonna lie, like it felt like a grown man summer camp after a while. You get what I'm saying? Like you just in that joint chilling, like everybody like become cordial. Like it definitely was fights every day, but you just got a bunch of grown ass men.
What was some of the things that you guys did for fun? Because you were sitting there doing nothing for the entire day. So what did you do to like keep yourself busy?
So mine was reading books. Then you might get a good game of cards, and you might play some tunk or something like that, or some spades, or you might get they might throw a little dominoes tournament, and everybody play, which is pretty cool. I made it to the end with a lot of the OGs, so I got a lot of love off of that too. But trying to think what else. Like we would like fill up the garbage bags and take jumpsuits and take the broom apart and use that to do curls and like work out. And then some other people, like if you can draw, people drawing. A lot of people just be in there talking or making some candy or making like little cakes out of cookies. It was all type of stuff, man. Or people was shooting up or smoking dope.
I can't believe they were brave enough to do that in prison. That's probably why they were in prison in the first place.
Man, they was in there for being that. So you get what I'm saying? It was like they just asked for the trouble.
They didn't care. There was someone. Yeah.
I said, yeah, they ain't give a fuck.
Yeah. They didn't care
At all.
But there was someone. I know he wasn't in your pod. I believe they switched you guys. I think they put you in D pod or something like that.
Yeah, they switched me because Ryan.
Yes, that's his name, Ryan. He was out there selling trays. His tray. What did you think about that?
Shoot, hey, I feel like you gotta do what you gotta do in there. You get what I'm saying? Like I would never do that, but everybody's situation is different. I'm a big black dude in Indiana, and he a small white dude in Indiana. So you get what I'm saying? Their survival is different in there, and you feel like he had to do that to survive. So I was like, shoot, do your thing.
He did what he had to do.
Hey, you can't never knock somebody for doing what they had to do, because it's hard, isn't it?
I don't know. I feel like I'm greedy. I wouldn't have been able to sell my food like that.
Man, but if you can do it, I feel it. But he was just like, helping too many people. You can't help everybody because that'll bite you in the butt later on.
Okay, this is actually my last question. I know I've had you for like almost an hour now. I'm so sorry. But yeah. But if you could go back, would there be anything you'd want to change? Would you even want to go back?
I probably would never go. Like, if I knew it was like that, I would not go back. I wouldn't go back. Like, that's not... No, I wouldn't even think about going back. Like,
and you wouldn't change anything?
If I could go back to change some things, I would say, like, honestly, it wasn't nothing else. I felt like I did the best that I could. You get what I'm saying? And there with, like, even giving, like, information to, like, at the end, we helped out. We gave a report to them, like, of different things that can change and help out the jail, that they implemented some of the things. So, I feel like we did the best. I did the best I can. So going back is nothing that, like, I could have did more or anything. You get what I'm saying? I survived in that thing. You get what I'm saying? The best I could. And I was trying not to even talk to people or anything, but, it don't work like that.
So you think you actually did get to learn something and help out during this experience?
Yeah, I feel like the information we gave at the end, they don't show like the full extent, because Quentin had did a whole like 15-page report.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they see it's like different things they didn't, show that part. But when I did a whole report that we worked on, and I gave my insight with him, and he typed up to submit to him with just the various things that could be changed with little to no budget.
Because I was
So
thinking, like, when at the end, when you guys were talking, it just didn't feel like there was a lot being said that could change. So I was just thinking, did this whole experience actually do something? But it's probably because they just didn't show a lot.
they didn't show a lot. Like it. Once I realized it was more like it just seemed like it was a lot of just entertainment based. And that's what they like. And now, like after seeing all these other seasons, that's why I haven't worked with them after that. Because once I figured out, like I'm a researcher, I don't want to do stuff to entertain people. Like if we actually gonna do stuff, but they didn't even show half of the stuff that we talked about or anything. I'm like, what's the point of getting all this information from us if y'all just show basic stuff, or y'all trying to build a storyline around it? I'm like, you can't build no storyline for a documentary, like a character arc and stuff. Like y'all trying to make it seem certain ways. Like at one point they tried to make it seem like I was suicidal, something like that. But
Wait,
yeah, it was talking about like they had said I wanted to jump off a thing. Like they was just taking sound bites
I think there
and
was
putting
stuff like
it
that.
together.
Yeah.
Like at not one point I wanted to harm myself or was it that bad, but like they had to change the narrative. They couldn't show how I was really acting in there just because it'd look wild. Like, and I'm glad they didn't actually because
You seemed pretty chill. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, it probably would have been like hold on, this ain't been here before.
Yeah. But thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it a lot.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And I wish you all the best, especially for your movie, your film, and your book. I'll definitely be looking into them. 100%.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I can't wait to check out yours and let me know once y'all get the article up. That'll be cool. I definitely be sharing my movie and everything. You can check it out.
Yeah, well, I'm following you, so I'll definitely see it on my feed.
Oh, perfect then. All right, cool.
But thank you for doing this. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, no doubt. You take it easy.
Yeah, you too. Okay, bye.
Bye.